Good morning, beautiful people. This is Bernard Hamilton walking down the street, just chilling out, getting my exercise in for the day. And today I want to talk about marriage. Two things: the hardness of the heart and the whole idea of God hating divorce. When I graduated from seminary in 1988, my view on divorce and marriage was that God hates divorce, and that you should, no matter what the situation was, try to hang in there no matter what. But in the ministry, my reality in a small church was that one day I'm saying, God hates divorce, God hates divorce. And I'm going into church. I'd been counseling this couple, and the man was sitting in the car because they were separated. He was sitting in the car, and in his lap was a gun. He was waiting for his wife to get to church. I, at that time, called her and says, do not come to this service because your husband's outside with a gun. And so, again, God hates divorce. He hates divorce. He hates divorce. We got that down pat. There was domestic violence that was also involved as well. God hates divorce. He hates divorce. This is true. He hates divorce. And then about two years later, another one of my colleagues had a couple. I'm not going to go on the details because some of y'all may know who the person was. But again, she also domestic violence, and she wanted to get out. Of course, counsel, work it out, separate, but ultimately come back, counsel, and then because God hates divorce. And then what ultimately happened was the day that she was planning on leaving, the gentleman finally came home. And he strangled her. Then after he strangled, he shot her in the head and then turned himself in. And so I'm saying to the leadership out there in these churches where there is hardness of heart, understand God allowed divorce through Moses because of the hardness of the heart. And if you've got members or you've got people in a relationship where somebody is at jeopardy of losing their life, you've got to come off of this theological stuff that yes, God hates divorce, but he also hates murder. He also hates a whole lot of other things. Divorce is something that has to take place when you're dealing with crazy people. I mean, when you look at the homicide rate, there's a number of women who are dead because we in the ministry continue to hold on to the fact that yeah, he hates divorce, but he also, because of the hardness heart, you got to let them go, or else you're going to cause death in somebody's family. And so I know that's kind of hard stuff, but I'm telling you, hardness of the heart is the main reason I would subscribe to divorce, so that you can save your membership and a family the whole issue of grief, if in fact the hardness of the heart came to the pouring of life and death. So that's my talk to the leadership, especially, or anybody that's in a situation where there's domestic violence, which potentially could lead to that. I'm saying get a divorce in those situations, because the heart of the heart is no joke. So I will expand on that later when it comes to marriage and all the stuff related to that, because there's a whole slew of stages in various relationships that I'm going to start talking about as time goes by. But as I continue on my walk, I will tell you, as always, you walk with the King. You be a blessing.